Hello watchers and welcome to Bad Writing. In this video we'll be discussing some of what constitutes as bad writing from the Jurassic Park film, the first film. Now this is a very masterful classic, but it's not without its faults, so let's delve into it. Nedry's ignorance. Nedry has been working for Dr. Hammond or for John Hammond at Jurassic Park for quite a while, maybe even a few years. So how did he not know what the Dilophosaurus was? He knew what the velociraptors were, and it made sense that all the employees should know what the most dangerous dinosaurs of the park are. So his ignorance didn't really make any sense here. This equates to bad writing because they just wanted a scene where Nedry was disarmed. Where is Lex's brain? Did they forget to write it in? Lex is supposed to be a computer hacker in this movie. The first dumb thing she does is turn on a flashlight to attract a huge beast that wants to eat things, while her brother is in the car with her. The second dumbest thing, despite her being a techie mind, let that sink in for a little bit, is not knowing how to turn off a flashlight. It does not take 6 buttons to turn off a flashlight, it only takes one. Yet this girl can reconfigure the computer programs of the park. Alright, you might say that she was scared to death when the T-Rex was about to eat them. Well, in the scene where the velociraptors were about to break and eat them, she was able to concentrate on the task at hand, no problem. Also, if she turned on the flashlight while she was scared, there's no reason why she couldn't have turned it off while she was scared as well. This has to be one of the most horrible and asinine pieces of writing I've ever seen in a film. The Dilophosaurus fence. The Dilophosaurus in Jurassic Park can spit venom. Not only are the little guys small enough to fit through the lines of the fence with the right amount of luck, but they can also spit their venom at anyone who is close by, and they can spit it quite a distance as we've seen them done with Nedry. Cow feeding. The velociraptors in Jurassic Park are fed using a harness. It seems like a very inefficient way to feed them since when they eat whatever is in the harness, it completely obliterates it. How many times would they have to replace these harnesses? Alan can't shoot. In the scene where one of the raptors is coming through the glass, Alan Grant must be a really horrible shot to not be able to hit that thing point blank. The last time we checked, raptors don't teleport and they're not liquid, not like cats. SuperSpeed Rexy. Rexy can run very fast, well, at least in the first film she could. Hammond said that they clocked her at 32 miles per hour. Why was the Jeep not able to go faster than that while she was chasing them? My theory is that something was wrong with the car, the transmission, and maybe the car was in safe mode. But unless this car has a weak transmission or engine, which it should not have, in a theme park of dinosaurs, then there's no reason Rexy should have been able to keep up with it so easily. The cliff. This plot hole has been explained away, but when you look back at the scene, it's easy to understand why it really doesn't make any sense. If you look at where the Jeeps are in comparison to where Rexy is when she breaks out of her paddock, where her feet are placed, there should be no ground there. People not knowing how the enclosure is set up, it's very confusing. And we feel like it should have been established sometime before the scene. Park for the poor. Hammond wanted everyone to be able to enjoy his park, not just the rich. But Jurassic Park is located on a remote island that people can only get to via boats or helicopters. Even Zia in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom mentions that not everyone is rich enough to be able to go see dinosaurs. Well, come to think of it, she probably added this in to address the obvious issue from Jurassic Park. Dinosaurs are not Jurassic. The whole irony of the movie Jurassic Park is that the dinosaurs in the park are not from the Jurassic period. They're from the Cretaceous period. But maybe Cretaceous Park sounded too unappealing. To be fair, not all the dinosaurs in the franchise are from the Cretaceous period. And to be honest, Jurassic is probably a word that more people were familiar with at the time. It also sounds a lot cooler than Cretaceous. Dr. Grant isn't educated. At least seemingly not enough to be in this movie. We all love us some Dr. Alan Grant, but he doesn't seem to be all that educated when it comes to his field. He said that velociraptors don't go for the neck, but in fossils it shows a raptor clearly going for the Protoceratops' neck with his claw. Grant had also said that T-Rex doesn't want to be fed, he wants to hunt. Can't just suppress 65 million years of gut instinct. Well, 65 million years ago is when the dinosaurs went extinct. To be correct, they had lived between 245 and 66 million years of gut instinct. Also, Dr. Grant unearthed a velociraptor in Montana when velociraptors have only been found in Asia. To be fair, this isn't really a bad writing issue. if they did it on purpose so it could be closer to home. It wouldn't be ideal for Dr. Grant to be going back and forth to Asia. Also, they're playing upon the possibility that some point in time a velociraptor could be dug up in America. But even if that was the case, then Dr. Grant and his colleagues should have been more excited about it. There are other mistakes about the dinosaurs and Dr. Grant's knowledge of them, but those are probably purposefully changed for the movie. But there are some that we just can't ignore. For example, when Dr. Grant says the word raptor means bird of prey, he's wrong. It actually means thief. Also, Dr. Grant keeps using the word species incorrectly throughout the whole movie. Ray Arnold! Let's talk about Victim Ray. Talk about bad writing. There are dinosaurs roaming about freely. Why on earth did Ray Arnold go to the maintenance shed by himself? That literally made no sense and only served to create dramatic effect later on with Ellie. Knowing that they were dangerous dinosaurs loose, you would not catch me dead outside at all, much less by myself. Prehistoric Plants. If they cloned dinosaurs from the blood that mosquitoes drank from those dinosaurs in the past, then how did they clone the prehistoric plants? We heard Ellie Sattler make a comment on these prehistoric plants, so unless we have some mosquitoes that suck on those plants, or some other type of bug that ate them, where they're getting their plant DNA from. Having prehistoric plants being brought back to life makes no sense. Of course, there are ways around it, but when you consider that the original Michael Crichton book even says that the whole mosquito DNA explanation was an illusion and that it was a lie, and that the dinosaurs are actually not even really dinosaurs, then anything goes. Check out our card in the video if you want to get more information on that. Yes, the dinosaur. We mentioned that in Jurassic Park they cloned dinosaurs from the blood of mosquitoes, but what is never addressed is how the scientists knew what DNA of what dinosaur they were getting from a specific mosquito. What if for some reason in some cases mosquitoes started sucking on one dinosaur and then continued sucking on another? How did they know which animal's blood they were getting? Dr. Grant says. Now remember, Dr. Grant made comments on humans knowing nothing about these creatures that they brought back and not knowing what to expect? So how is it that Dr. Grant knows that the T-Rex's vision is based on movement and was able to get that spot on? I mean, enough to bet his life on it. Timmy sighs. From the first time I saw Jurassic Park till now, this scene has always bothered me to no end. Instead of climbing the electric fence, why didn't Timmy and even his sister just squeeze through it? Alan could have even fit through it. I mean, at varying angles you could see that he was obviously tiny enough to fit right through. They even made a point to show that his arm and head is straight through this thing. I mean, it's the first thing I would have done. This obviously made no sense, and they just wrote this in for dramatic effect later. Alan should have known better, but he's not really smart in certain situations either, as we're finding out slowly. Kids are useless. This scene also bothered me. When Ellie and Alan are trying to hold the door closed and they want the gun, why didn't they ask the kids to help them? Why didn't the kids offer to help by passing them the gun? That whole scene made no sense. It's not like the kids were helping them hold the door shut. Okay, so you're saying maybe Lex was dealing with a computer. Timmy wasn't. He was just sitting there over Lex's shoulder the whole time, doing absolutely nothing. How useless. So there you go. This beloved classic is not without its faults either. Anyways, that's it for now. Stay tuned for more videos of the series from which no film is safe. What are some other things that ticked you off about Jurassic Park? Well, let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching. This has been Altiori. You ask, we answer.